Honorable Omia, B207.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I shall reply to PQs B207, B208, B211, and B215 together as they relate to the same subject matter. I am informed by the Commissioner of Police that on Wednesday, 10th of July, 2019, at 16:20 hours, following the request of the service manager of Scomat Limited, located at Greywalls Lane, Pai, a team from the Anti-Drug and Smuggling Unit proceeded to the location of the said company. The ADSU officers were informed by the manager of the company that on the same day, at around 15:30 hours, whilst the employees were inspecting the engine of a wheel loader imported by the company from Brazil, they found 3 black kit bags which were concealed in the engine compartment near the exhaust muffler of the said vehicle. The bags were handed over for safekeeping to the store supervisor, who, whilst checking the 3 kit bags, came across several rectangular parcels, each containing suspicious substances. The 3 bags were handed over to ADSU officers, who opened them in the presence of the employees present at that moment, and the contents thereof was suspected to be dangerous drugs. An inquiry into the matter was immediately initiated by the ADSU, and the exhibits were secured and sent to the Forensic Science Laboratory for examination. In the course of the inquiry, the 3 bags were found to contain a total amount of 92.5 kilos, that is including also the wrappings, of dangerous drugs suspected to be cocaine. To date, statements from 16 persons have been recorded in connection with the case. No arrest has been effected so far. In accordance with Section 41(4) of the Dangerous Drugs Act 2000, a person is deemed to be a drug trafficker where the street value of the drugs exceeds 1 million rupees. Accordingly, a drug trafficking investigation has been initiated and is ongoing. It involves international ramifications, hence the inquiry is complex and time-consuming. As regards Part A of the question of B211, there has been exchange of information between ADSU and foreign authorities concerned with a view to obtaining relevant inputs for the progress of the investigation. As this investigation is still in progress, any disclosure of information pertaining thereto can be highly prejudicial to the case. Concerning Part B of the same question, the responsibility for the examination and scanning of such types of consignment or equipment devolves upon the Customs Department of the Mauritius Revenue Authority. The examination, scanning, and search of such types of consignments are based on risk management, which is automated on preset selectivity criteria and also on intelligence and profiling. I am informed by the Customs Department that since 11th of July 2019 to 2nd of July 2020, 273 such types of equipment have been imported. All such types of equipment are, without exception, subject to sniffing by narcotics sniffer dogs, out of which 79 have also been scanned, 68 have been subject to physical examination, and 35 have been scanned and examined. Nothing incriminating has been found in these types of equipment. Whenever ADSU has credible and reliable information based on intelligence and profiling about suspected consignments, the collaboration of the Customs Anti-Narcotics section of the MRA is sought. Mr. Speaker, sir, I wish to reiterate once more the unflinching commitment of my government in the fight against drug trafficking.
Omia. Thank you, Prime Minister, for your reply. Can you let us know whether, from the ADSU point of view, any action has been taken to ensure that the 92.5 kilo of so-called cocaine that is being securely kept in the exhibit room of the headquarters of ADSU, together with relevant information regarding weights prior and after being sent to the FSL, so that it does not suffer the fate of the 16 kilo of drugs that disappeared in thin air and needed a fact-finding committee to elucidate it very recently.
Well, I cannot say what fate this seized amount of suspected drugs will have. But what I can say is that I'm informed that the FSL is carrying out their analysis, and I am told that their report is not yet ready, and that this will be ready in the very near future, and that same will be submitted to the police.
Honorable Abbas Mahmoud.
Yes. Is the Prime Minister satisfied with the time being taken in this particular case? And what are the measures taken so that transaction, like this type of transaction, does not occur again? Because it was not the police or the custom who discovered the drug, but the workers of ISCOMAT.
Well, I cannot judge on the issue of time taken. Police has its own way of conducting an inquiry, and especially when the fact that such amount has been seized coming from abroad through this wheel loader. There are, as I have stated in my answer, there are international ramifications, obviously. So there is communication between the police authorities and the foreign authorities in order to establish and to try to find out how this, I must say, this amount of suspected drug has come to Mauritius. Now, whether the system is such that how it has happened that this has even landed to the company, obviously, we need to be vigilant. The authorities, customs, police, has to have information, and also at the level of customs, there is need to be more vigilant in terms of checking, scanning, and trying to see whether there are no smuggling of such kind of drugs.
Yes, among the persons that were interviewed by the police during the course of the inquiry, are there any officers of the ADSU and the MRA who were on duty at the Customs Department on the arrival and the delivery of the said tractopelle?
If I can understand what the honourable member is saying, is that whether police has interviewed ADSU or customs officers. I cannot say because, Mr. Speaker, sir, one must realize that I cannot have access to the case file. The case file is in the possession of the police. It is confidential, and I do not even know who are the people who have been interrogated. I have only been given, I think I said it in my answer, the number of, I stated that statements from 16 persons have been recorded. Now, for obvious reasons, I think one would understand, I cannot ask the police to give me the names of those people and communicate it to the public.
Honorable Prasad.
Honorable Prime Minister will concur with me that here is a clear case of flawed surveillance by LAPSU, NSS, field intelligence, etc. And in his recommendation, Paul Lam Shanglin had proposed that we revamp the vigilance, security measures, and so on, already in 2018, and this happened last year. What is the Honorable Prime Minister proposing in order to review the surveillance and security measures?
Mr. Speaker, sir, I must be honest. The Honourable Member is talking about flawed surveillance. But it does happen that there are smuggled goods, that there are drugs that come to the country that the authorities are not able to detect, even at the customs or elsewhere. And on that special occasion, so you want to put additional question?
Not permitted.
But let me, okay.
No cross-talking.
Okay, I didn't want to go into that since you prompted me. Let me tell you, because you've been in government, unlike the Honourable Member. Shut up, no. Mr. Speaker, sir, can this Honourable Member stop interrupting me when I'm answering the question?
Order, please. Order. There is a question to the Prime Minister, and it is up to the Prime Minister to answer the question. Honorable Mohammed, what is happening? Honorable Shakir Mohammed. Honorable Shakir Mohammed.
Mr. Speaker, sir. Reste tranquille, d'autres. Paniquez que toi.
Honorable Asyabadan, Honorable Shakir Mohammed, you're going too far. You're going too far. Honorable Prime Minister.
So I was saying, Mr. Speaker, sir, Honorable Bulel has been in previous government, 2011, 2014. Let me remind him about how many cases there have been of importation of heroin. Let me just say on the 6th of June, 2011, DHL parcel service at SSR International Airport, 431.4 grams of heroin. Still today, who has been arrested? None. Nobody has been arrested. 2nd of October, 2012, La Pipe, where, I don't know whether they, but 424.1 grams of heroin. Again, no one has been arrested. 5th of May, 2013, SSR International Airport, 3,788.8 kilograms of heroin concealed in 6 plastic bags. Same removed from where? From the bin in the toilet of the plane of flight MK289 that arrived from Madagascar. Nothing still. Labour government. I can go on, I don't want to waste the time of the House. I can go on like this, citing number of cases, Plaisance Air Transport Services again. Plaisance used to be maybe the mode of transport that was favored by some who had protection from the Labour government at that time. So much amount of heroin that has been brought, that entered into the country without being detected. And only, up to now, no one has been arrested. So, don't come as if you are giving us lessons. You are as if it's as if the first time this is happening, it's as if something new, whereas it has happened. Whereas I say honestly, it has happened, and we need to draw lesson from this. That is why I said that customs have to review their way of scanning and checking and trying to see how we can make sure that there are no drugs that come and enter the country.
Honorable Dulab. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Can the Honorable Prime Minister inform the House as to who carries out the weighing, packaging and labeling of the drug samples? Thank you.
Well, initially, I must say that when the ADSU officers take possession of the seized goods, they are the ones who carry out this weighing in order to know exactly what is the quantity, together with the, of course, together with the wrapping. But let me say that the FSL is responsible for weighing the net weight of the drug, and after completion, the drug with its original packaging is placed in an FSL tamper-proof evidence bag and returned to ADSU on the same day for safekeeping in the ADSU strong room. There are, of course, labeling of the exhibits, and the whole process of weighing, sampling, and packaging is witnessed by police exhibit officer at the laboratory.
Honorable Shakil Mohammed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Could the Honorable Prime Minister enlighten us on the following? Who within the police force or the Prime Minister's office cleared the very important fact that on that particular date when the drugs came into Mauritius, no scanning equipment was to be used because of the presence of the Honorable Prime Minister there for the arrival of Mauricio? So who gave clearance from the PMO, authorization, and the Commissioner of Police's office not to scan on that particular special auspicious day?
This is not correct at all, Mr. Speaker says. This is a pure invention of this, as usual, this honourable member. And I must say that customs officers carry out their normal duty according to the protocol that have been established. This is totally false.
Honorable Lachman Roy.
Thank you.
Quiet on this side.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Can the Honorable Prime Minister inform the House whether the wheel loader was delivered in Mauritius on a non-stop voyage from Brazil, please?
Mr. Speaker, sir, I am informed that it was embarked at the port of Paranagua in Brazil on board the ship of Grande Francia. And it was disembarked in the port of Tanger in Morocco, where on the 7th of June 2019, and it stayed there till the 9th of June 2019, where it was again and then embarked on the ship called Hoeg Antwerp, and then disembarked in Mauritius when it reached Mauritius on the 4th of July 2019. And then it remained at the cargo handling compound until the delivery was made.
Honorable Omia, last supplementary. The Prime Minister will surely agree that it is usual practice by the MRA or ADSU in any case of seizure of drugs at the airport, seaport, through the Mauritius post, the consignee is usually arrested pending further investigation. Knowing quite well with this case that is still under police inquiry, can the Prime Minister relate with the Commissioner of Police to see why the sole consignee of this wheel loader, which is Comat, no single arrest has been made so far a year later? Thank you.
It is for the police to determine whether there is a prima facie case against any, whether it is employee or any member of that company. I don't know how this honourable member, maybe he's not well versed in law, doesn't know. But it is not, as he has stated, that the consignee has to be arrested. It's not like that. It is not like that. It is it is up to inquiry of the police and to see to it that whoever, of course, needs to be arrested will be arrested.